And now we move on to the next segment of our bulletin on the table. Over to you, Shuhaida.
All right, thank you, Sahi. Good evening. We welcome to the studio today and to the program tonight, which is Mr. Zulkarnain Muhammad Yassin, the Chief Regulatory Officer from the Malaysian Communications and Multimedia Commission, MCMC. Now, we'd like to start off with MCMC's statement today, where the statement says, and advising all quarters to take down any photos or videos of victims of yesterday's light jet crash near Shah Alam. Now, this has been a common and standard behaviour of netizens on social media, which is not a good practice for Malaysians if we want to be portrayed as a caring society and etc. Then the concern of fake photos and videos. Now, Mr. Zulkarnain, your comments on this, and what are the actions taken by MCMC other than issuing the statements to prevent this inappropriate photos uploaded on social media?
Okay, thank you, Shu. Thank you, RTM, for inviting me for this program. I think first and foremost, our concern is actually during this time of difficult for the families, we must show empathy and towards the victim. And some of the victim families have young children. So those photos, videos are actually offensive in nature, and it doesn't really shows of the real feeling of the whole nation. Actually, we have seen His Majesty and the Pertuan Agong, also the Prime Minister have shown empathy towards the victim's family. And this is where we need to change our behavior. During this difficult time, those offensive content should not be shared, simply because we have to respect the feelings of the family of the victims. Now, for MCMC, apart from, first we have to stop the spreading of those offensive pictures, but at the same time, we reiterate the conditions that anyone who, not only the first to share, but also anyone who posted that content, offensive content, can be prosecuted if there is a complaint being put up by anyone. So it is offensive in nature. So it is an offence actually under Section 233 of the CMA. And also for the news portal, if they produce that content on their portal, it is an offence under Section 211 of the Communications and Multimedia Act 1998. So it is actually, for us, it is not about the taking action, not only issuing statement, but we will take action. And we will firm on this matter. And we have taken action before. And we will not stop if this trend continues. And please, if you feel offended, report to us. We will certainly take action on those who shares those pictures or videos.
Now, speaking of the online social media platforms, earlier this June, there were considerations on taking actions against the Telegram due to the cybercrime cases involving, messaging platform that spreads inappropriate photos, scams. Not to mention there are abundant of scams on the Telegram. Now, the application, the problem is it has been widely used and by certain groups. So, what are the actions taken by the MCMC afterwards? Because as far as we are concerned, there has been a meeting that was set up between the ministry, KKD, and the people who are responsible for spreading this inappropriate photos on Telegram.
No, Telegram is just one part of the one of the applications, but subsequently we also have a meeting chaired by the minister with WhatsApp. So I think it is not just about Telegram. It's also other messaging platform that we have seen being used by irresponsible people or crime syndicate to perpetuate either crime or online gambling or other harmful type of content. So what post the meeting for each platforms, we have organized workshop with the Telegram and WhatsApp to have channels, dedicated channels to look into those harmful content related to cybercrime. So there is now a better working relationship, better understanding of the processes that we need also to follow to make effective enforcement towards the prevention of the platform being abused by syndicates or criminals to commit crime. So I think that there is good progress. The workshop not only involve MCMC, but we also have they have also onboarded PDRM. Primarily to look into addressing scams that are using the Telegram or WhatsApp to lure victim or to market their scam. So there is a lot of modus operandi. They use this platform to lure the victim and to part away with their money or information that they can that may be valuable for them to use in the future.
Now that you've mentioned the modus operandi, I think it is better that we give the awareness to our viewers today. What are the latest MO that the scammers are doing at the moment?
I think in terms of modus operandi, it's always changing from time to time, depending on the situations, or actually the rate of modus operandi changes is very fast, because what we have seen is that currently what we have done, for example, is to stop the SMS with links.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that is one initiative that we have taken. But they changed platform. Instead of sending SMS, they use WhatsApp or Telegram. So again, they always, if we at the network level, technically we stop, we block SMS from coming, calls from coming, but they will always use other means, other platforms to reach out to the victim. Now, then again, come back to the victim themselves. Need to have to protect themselves, because there is so much technology that we have invested, the efforts that we have invested to stop the calls or SMS, but it will, in this age of technology, it will reach, some of it may reach the consumer, find its ways to reach the victim. So it goes back to the victim to be more alert on telltale sign of a situation or a potential threat in the sense of becoming a victim. So these are the telltale signs that they need to look at. Now, one very obvious thing is if it is too good to be true. That is that should raise concern and alert to you whether this is true. Then you need to talk to someone else. Or if you talk to someone else, do your own research and then validate. So a lot of these processes have to be communicated to the rakyat, because otherwise they will always. The challenge with Malaysian is they are too trusting. Too trusting. Secondly, gullible. Thirdly, sometimes some of us are greedy. So those if we have that kind of nature, we must be very careful. If we are not greedy, we may be gullible.
Yeah.
So those are emotions or behavior that the scammers know how to manipulate.
Yeah.
So it's actually behavioral manipulations that these scammers are being very successful, I would say, in getting people to be scammed.
Because the thing is, it's not just ordinary people got scammed. We have people from a higher rank position also had experience with scammer and lost quite a lot of money. Now, today, to quote a media report from MCMC posted on its Media Center webpage, there has been a wide loss. Now, according to the figures from Bursa Malaysia, the losses reported scams amounted to 5.2 billion ringgit period during COVID-19. Now, we all know how much technology were used during the pandemic, and there were many more that went unreported. Now, Mr. Zulkarnain, in a nutshell, what has MCMC done to educate the public, aside from being here in the studio and discussing about the cybercrime?
In terms of program or creating awareness, we work together with Bank Negara, Securities Commissions, and also other agencies like Cyber Security Malaysia, to spread the knowledge to the people about what they need to do to prevent themselves from becoming a victim. So in terms of what we can see is, again, I want to reiterate that, it is in terms of when we talk about investment, it is always about iconic people. They will show or they will entice you to look at advertisement with a picture of successful businessmen, successful bankers, successful investment personality, to inform you or to lure you into believing that these people are investing in cryptocurrency, for example. So they are successful in the investment in bitcoins and cryptocurrency. So it will, when you see a very successful investment banker, successful businessman also participate and profited from this investment, so you will want to, of course, know more. This is once you are, that is part of the modus operandi, where they lure you and they hook you to believe that, oh, this successful businessman invested in this, it must be true.
And then there's another one, which is a job scam.
Yeah.
Right. What are the things that MCMC had done together with PDRM to prevent this matter? Probably a short answer one.
In terms of a job scam, investment scam, we have sebenarnya.my. Sebenarnya.my is not only about fake news, but it also provide information for the public to be aware of latest scam that is happening in the space, the online space.
Somehow the web is long forgotten. We used to tell people, our viewers, about this. It's still updating.
It is updating. We have some plans for sebenarnya.my, but at the moment we will be using widely sebenarnya.my to inform the public, because it has a viewership of average 2 million per month.
I see the web is going very successful now that it has its own platform to tell people, especially the viewers today, about the fake news and as well these scams out there. Thank you, Mr. Zulkarnain. It's the only time that we have, and that concludes this edition of Malaysia Tonight. Along with SAHIH Samsudin, I'm Shuhaida Arifin. Malaysia Madani, tekad perpaduan penuhi harapan. Thank you for watching.